Impoverished workers lined up for federal disability checks in rural Kentucky and West Virginia. Thousands were sponging off the federal disability system, faking claims for free insurance cash. A disability lawyer named Eric Kahn masterminded the payouts. He was one of the biggest disability lawyers in the nation, also one of the most corrupt. Kahn bribed doctors and at least one judge in helping clients file more than $500 million in bogus disability claims. It was the largest disability fraud in U.S. history. Tasked with convicting Kahn and his cohorts were two unyielding federal prosecutors, supported by equally unyielding investigators. This small group battled the imposing challenge of making untold volumes of evidence make perfect sense to the court. Moreover, they battled a clock that was ticking down the statute of limitations. Kahn's disability scam was breathtakingly complex. He convinced thousands of rural, cash-poor workers to sign up. He dangled the prospect of free disability money. Kahn paid corrupt doctors to rubber-stamp medical reports. He bribed an administrative law judge to approve the disability claims. Everyone on his scheme team was getting rich. Social Security paid out $72 million before the scheme was detected. Kahn was finally arrested, yet no U.S. Attorney's Office wanted the case. It was just too big and complex. Kahn was inches from walking free, a rich man. Then came our prosecutors from the Justice Department in Washington, D.C. They were outraged by Kahn and intent on stopping him, despite the long odds. Yet the statute of limitations was just a year away. Their whole case hung in the balance. Thus began an epic race to indict and convict Kahn. Our prosecutors had an equally committed team of investigators. They raced nonstop to build a solid case, analyzing more than 5,000 disability claim files. Just a month before the statute was about to expire, prosecutors filed compelling charges and shut down Kahn's scheme. The small team kept up the pressure during trial. They had to keep sifting imposing volumes of complex evidence, and it had to be perfectly organized so the court could easily understand Kahn's massive fraud. They lined up the claims, the bribe money, signatures on checks, phone calls, and other evidence into concise formats. Dozens of witnesses agreed to testify. Kahn knew he was cornered and decided to plead guilty. But then, he cut away his ankle bracelet and fled to Honduras. Even so, in his absence, our prosecutors carried on. Kahn was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Losing Kahn still was a big blow. He also was the star witness against the doctor. Our prosecutors now had to restructure their entire case on the fly. Yet, they convicted the doctor at trial, in addition to the entire crew that were charged. Kahn was finally picked up in Honduras. He ended up with 27 years in federal prison. Tonight, we're proud to bestow this award in memory of Walter Dartland. Walt was one of the coalition's founding members and a well-known consumer advocate. He was one of the coalition's strongest supporters. Walt also was a prosecutor earlier in his career. So, tonight, we honor these federal prosecutors with the inaugural Walter T. Dartland Prosecutor of the Year Award.